Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and I'm a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. And in today's video, we are going to see if shopping at Plato's Closet and Uptown Cheapskate is a viable option for sourcing as a reseller. I'll give you a little bit of advice. I only shop when they have their deals going on. So if you haven't already, when you do shop there and check it out, make sure you sign up for the text notifications when they do their clearance sales. I only go out when they have like 50 to 70% off clearance. In my area, that is staggered. They're not all the same, I guess, franchise owners. So some stores may have it on a certain day, and then 3 weeks later, a couple other stores will have it. I am lucky to have 6 of those locations within 2 hours of me. So there's a good amount of places to shop. Typically once a month or once every other month, I'll get some sort of notification from a couple of the locations that they have that going on. So I was able to shop quite a few locations for this. I do have some footage out there in the field sourcing some of this stuff. So I'll give you guys a little montage of that. It's been about a week. I've gone through some ups and downs in that week. I did quit nicotine and now I'm back on the nicotine. So that's kind of a fun thing. But anyways, I'll show you guys the little montage and then we will go ahead and dive into it. Okay, welcome back to the living room. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. I'm gonna show you guys what I found and show you what I paid for the majority of it. Some of the tags are gone. My dogs love to chew up the tags when I leave this stuff in the living room because that's typically what I do with my haul videos. And a lot of times I'll come back and half the tags are gone on the floor. So some of them, I may not know exactly what they are, but let's get into it. And first up, we've got a missing tag, but these are Polo Ralph Lauren, and these are the Tyler short. And these are double pleated, so that's kind of what's in style right now. It's what people are looking for. With the double pleated Tyler shorts, I've been getting $30 to $35 for these pretty quickly. So I would say definitely worth grabbing if you see them out there. I think I've found 5 of them in the last few weeks, so I'm picking up as many as I can find. Next up, we've got Roan. And I don't think the sell-through looked great on Roan as it is. These are a nice like camouflage pattern, which will probably help. But I know last year these were getting around $30. So hopefully they're doing the same this year once we get into full swing of summer. $17.99 was the price, but it has the stamp. These were 70% off. So I paid about $5 for these. So hopefully they'll be good for about $30. Next up, we've got Levi's, and these are 505 made in USA. They're a great size, 31 by 30. And yes, you do find some vintage stuff out there at Plato's Closet and Uptown Cheapskate. These were not on sale, so I did pay the full $17.99 for these. But these being a great size, in great condition, made in USA, 90s, Levi's 505s. I should get around $55 to $65 for these. So definitely a good pickup. If you see them out there, I'm willing to pay up for some of the vintage Levi's. Next up is Ash and Erie. And I've showed this in a previous haul video. This is a great brand. Maybe just because it's a newer brand, it's not super saturated. I want to say sell-through was around 70% on their button-ups. They don't go for a ton of money. This will probably get like 30 to 35 bucks, but definitely be on the lookout for Ash and Erie. I think it's one of those, like, I think it's similar to like an under 510 brand where it's like a short man's brand, but they're good. They sell well and they get a decent amount of money. Next up, we've got Lululemon, and these are just the classic ABC pants. They're missing the tag. So I always check. The fastest way for me, I guess, is just to check the inside of the front button, and it always says that Lululemon logo on it. These ones were like they're typically priced at Uptown Cheapskate, so they were priced at $40. I did pay $12 for these, so that's like the top end of what you want to pay for these. But my reasoning being, we're coming into like Lululemon activewear season, so these should move quick if I price them around 30 bucks. So not a huge profit margin there, maybe 10 to 12 bucks. They will move quick if you price them kind of at the bottom of the market. There's a lot of people that have those ABC pants priced around $40, and those may sell within 6 months, but I'm not trying to sit on them for that long. I'd like to sell them before the end of summer. So I'll price mine around 30 and entertain offers. And next up, we've got the Perfect Jean NYC, and these are the Slim Thick. So the Slim Thick is a good model to be on the lookout for. Sell-through is good on them. These were 70% off at Plato's, $16. So again, I paid like $5 for these. Bad size, big size, 42. And sell-through is not ideal on these, but if you look at the market and look at what's listed, most of the people that have these listed in the price range of the other sizes. So a lot of people have these listed at like 35, 40 bucks. If you price these at like $25 in the bigger sizes, they'll still sell pretty quick. It's just something to keep in mind when you're picking these up. Don't look at all the comps. You know, the average comp is probably like 30 to 35 bucks on those. Probably not what you're gonna get when you're in that big of a size, but I still pick them up if the price is right. Next up, we've got Lululemon, and I'm gonna have to figure out what they are. I mean, they feel just like the ABC pant, but they're shorts, so hopefully they'll be good. These ones were only priced at $24, and I got 70% off of that, so probably paid like $7 for these. Hopefully they'll be good. We shall see. I'm trying to stock my store with a good amount of activewear. It's, you know, a lot of it's not going to be huge sales, stuff in that like 25 to, you know, maybe $50 range, depending on what you've got. But that stuff does move throughout the spring and summer month. And I've talked about it a bunch because when I started doing this, it was amidst the peak of summer slowdown basically last year. And I had no idea what I was doing. If you want to have a laugh, you can go back to some of my videos from last summer, some of my first videos, and see that I absolutely had no clue what I was doing back then. So, you know, if you're just starting now and you think this is just a lot to take on and there's so much to learn, well, it is, and there is, but it's very attainable. It's very doable if you put in the time to researching. That's probably the most important thing in this business, is just researching market data and trends and learning all your brands and learning materials and learning to spot different types of materials and learning to feel different types of fabric. Because the better you get with that, the faster you can move through the racks in the store, the better you get at sourcing. Ultimately, the more money you'll make in the long run. Sorry to go off on a tangent there. I think it's funny. I went back and looked at one of my earlier videos, and it's somewhat comical because I had no clue what I was doing. But yeah, anyways, next we've got, this is Lululemon, and this is a Lululemon like anorak windbreaker jacket. I did see comps up in the $80 range for this. And this one, I think I paid a little bit, not bad, as much as the pants. So, you know, 70% off of that $40. So I paid 12 bucks for it. Really not bad at all. This should go for, I would say, $50 to $80. Saw a similar comp. I'll have to figure out the style code and figure out exactly what it is, but I imagine that's a $50 plus piece. Next up, we got a chewed tag on this one, but these are Levi's 505 black, and they're made in USA, Puerto Rico, but made in USA. Great size, 30 by 32. These are like obligatory at this point. They gravitate towards me out there in the stores. I don't know why. You know, you'd think people would be picking these up, but they sit in the stores and wait for me to show up and grab them. So those are good. I price those about 75 bucks. If they're orange tab, maybe 10 bucks higher. Those are not. They're 90s, just red tab, but definitely good. I'm doing great with the 505s. I mean, if you watch the What Sold videos, I think that style is gaining more and more traction. So yeah, definitely good. Next up, these are Rag & Bone, and I believe new with tag. I don't think you walk around with that on the back of your pants. These are the Fit Too Slim, which I did look up, and it looked like that was a good sell-through. So new with tags, they had them priced at $35, so I paid like 11 bucks for these. They should be good. I don't know. I didn't look up comps for new with tags. I know the used ones go for like 30 to 35 bucks, so hopefully 40 to 50 bucks on these. They should be good. Next up, I couldn't believe it. I found another pair of these Beyond, and these are the K5 pants, I believe. I don't know if it actually says it on it, but you see the logo there, Beyond Clothing. Size 30, good size. And these were, this time they had them priced up. Last time I got these at an Uptown Cheapskate, and I don't think they knew what they were, so they priced them at $8.99, and I got them 70% off of that. This time they priced them at $23.99, which is probably a little bit closer to fair, but they were 70% off, so I paid like 7 bucks for these. These go for like $80. These are definitely good to be on the lookout for. Some of the models of the Beyond pants go for like a couple $100. So if you see that Beyond Washington or Beyond Seattle, whatever it shows, I would definitely look them up and most likely pick them up. Here's a cool one, and there's a couple brand new bolos to me that I had never seen. And these ones I got at Goodwill. These are Stan Ray pants, and these are like, you know, they're like inspired by 70s military fatigues. They're the woodland camo. I saw this exact same pair with a comp at like $85. Some of the other camo models that they do go a little bit higher, but overall, this brand, Stan Ray, their pants have like a 80% sell-through, and it seems like they get like $40 on average. Camo seems to be a little bit of a premium in them, but yeah, I'd never heard of it. Stan Ray USA, definitely good to grab if you see it out there. Next up, and this was at one of the Goodwills that prices their shorts at $7.99, which I think is just stupid. The jeans are $7.99. There's like 3 of the Goodwills in my area that have jacked up the price of shorts within the last couple months to $7.99, but these are Abercrombie and Fitch. These are the camo cargo, you know, paratrooper style shorts. These are the good ones. I'm probably going to price these around $75. Yeah, you're definitely looking for these. The American Eagle ones are decent too, but they're worth like half that, maybe less, probably about 30, 35. But American Eagle camo, or Abercrombie and Fitch camo cargo, definitely be on the lookout for these. When I go through the short aisle, the first thing I do is like scan for cargo and check first and see what it is, and then I'll go back and look through everything. Awesome. I was excited to find those. Here is a cool one. This is I found another one of these not too long ago, but it wasn't brand new with tags. This is Demons Behind Me, and it's like see if I can get that in the right spot. It's like a Dixon flannel ripoff, but it's got the tags on it. I did pay $7.99 at Goodwill for it. I think I got $45 for the used one, so I'd imagine I can get at least that, maybe 50, something close to that. For this one, it's a good size. Demons Behind Me is a good brand to be on the lookout for. I've found it twice now, which is crazy because there's not very many comps out there, so there's not a ton out there. Next up, we've got Adidas, and you can see here, this is like the Y2K tag. The little date tab is ripped off, so I'm not sure exactly when it's from, but it's Y2K. They're kind of a baggy fit, and they are the breakaway. So the breakaway or tearaway Y2K Adidas track pants are good. They're definitely good. These ones have a little bit of a shimmer, so I might put like that dazzle keyword in there. They do have the satin feel. I think these are probably like $55 track pants, joggers, but definitely be on the lookout for baggy Y2K track pants or joggers from a notable brand. They're good. I think I have some more in here. Next up, we've got Polo Ralph Lauren, and this one is missing our tag. So this was probably a $7.99, $5.99 or $7.99 at a Goodwill. But these are the Andrew pant. They're double pleated. This is a good color. It's not quite olive green, but it's like a softer olive green, I suppose. But they're super baggy. They're very comfortable. Nice pants. I have a pair of these. These are excellent. So be on the lookout for the Polo Ralph Lauren Andrew pant. The sell-through is good. I want to say like a 60% sell-through, something like that, if the sizing's right. And they'll go for about 45 to 50 bucks. If you find the corduroys, they'll go for more than that. Here is a nice Polo Ralph Lauren, and it looks to be just a basic cotton button-up. But if you look at the texture there, it is like a twill. So that will help it sell. It's probably a $30 shirt, but that'll help it move a little bit quicker. I think I paid $8 for this at the little consignment shop down the street. So definitely worth it. Probably $10 in profit in there. Polo Ralph Lauren just seems to be just climbing and climbing and climbing. The stuff is, I don't know, it's on fire right now. Next up is Caton or Caton Not sure exactly how you pronounce that, but this was Uptown Cheapskate, and it was only priced at $12.99 normally, and I got 70% off, so that was like less than $4. But these are good. These Cat and shorts, I picked them up in the past. They sell well for about 30 bucks. Sell-through is really good. If you go to look up the sell-through on them, just like any other shorts, make sure you put minus shirt, like the negative shirt in the search. That way it's going to remove all those shirt results, because eBay will auto-correct you and try to include shirts in there thinking maybe you meant shirt. But if you do that, the sell-through is like 60, 70% on those. They are good. They go for 30, 35 bucks. This one was really cool, and this was a marketplace find. I did pay $30 for this, so that may be a little bit high. I thought it was something cooler. The guy said it was 60s. I thought this was like a double face hoodie, but I don't think it is. It doesn't have like a different color on the inside here, as you can see, but it is, so from what I could figure out, it is a 70s Russell Athletic made in USA, and he was insistent that it was a 60s Russell Athletic made in USA hoodie. Either way, I think this is like a $70 to $100 hoodie, so I'm not going to lose money on it, but I think it would have been worth quite a bit more if it was 60s, because I don't know, there's something special about 60s hoodies. But yeah, that was a good find, I suppose. Probably paid up too much for it, but I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to show you guys. Next up, Gold's Gym. This is kind of maybe a little under the radar bolo, if you guys aren't familiar with it. I can't remember what these are called, but there's a certain name, like a stringer tank top. But Gold's Gym stuff is good. Just make sure, there's a lot of like imitation ones or whatever. People just make cheap ones. Make sure it's got the Gold's Gym tag on there. And then if you can find dating, which I can't, but it's made in USA, so it's probably 90s or older on this. But these are good. I think I saw a comp for this exact same one for like 60, 70 bucks. A lot of the Gold's Gym shirts will go in that same price range. So Gold's Gym stuff is definitely good to be on the lookout for. Here is Fat Face, and I love the brand name here. This is like a UK brand, and they've got some good pieces that have great sell-through and sell for a decent amount. They've got some mid pieces as well. But this colorway is excellent, and this is the Airly quarter zip, and the Airly is really good. The last one I had sold within like a couple days for like 50 bucks, and I don't think the colorway was as cool as this one. So this one, hopefully, I'll probably list it around 60 and, you know, entertain offers, of course. But yeah, Fat Face, the Airly quarter zip, definitely a good one to grab. Here, I got this at my local consignment shop, and it's got the misprint or the misstitched CC Filson logo on it. It's upside down for whatever reason. I paid $8 for these. These are probably worth like $50 to $60. Filson stuff is so nice. It sells well. A lot of it has really good sell-through and is worth picking up. So I would grab it if you see CC Filson. There's quite a few different variants of the logo. Typically, it's not upside down like that, but definitely worth grabbing out there if you see it. All right, these were really cool. These are Nike ACG. And Nike ACG is kind of like Nike Tech in the demand aspect. Like, people want the ACG stuff. I don't think it's produced anymore, so it's a limited supply out there. I saw this exact belted pair of cargo shorts with comps like all the way up to $100. So this is kind of a crazy one. I don't know if that's exactly what it's going to get or what I'm going to price it at. I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper, but definitely be on the lookout for Nike ACG stuff. If you see that tag, it's worth looking into. Next up, we've got Nike, and this is a good tag to be looking for. That's the Y2K tag. These are... see, I got these at Goodwill for $5.99. These are a super baggy track pant with the zipper leg and just the one stripe down the side. But I want to say I saw this exact same comp that sold for like $58. If you look up sell-throughs and you just look up Nike Y2K track pants, it probably doesn't look great. But if you include baggy as a keyword in that search, the sell-through is really good. I want to say it's like 80%, and like the average sale is like 35, 40 bucks. So depending on what you got, those can go actually way up from there as well. But I'm picking up all of them that I can find, at least probably until maybe end of May, early June. I think that might start slowing down, but I'm trying to pick up that stuff and just keep my store heavily supplied with nice activewear, outerwear stuff that people are picking up in the summertime. I'm so scared, again, of the summer slowdown because of the nightmare experience I had last year. It was like I had just started picking up some momentum with sales, and I think it was like right when I took the plunge and decided to leave my job because I was doing it part-time, but it was really closer to full-time. I was doing it like 30 to 40 hours a week on top of working my 40-hour desk job until my sales built up enough where I thought, okay, I can at least pay the bills with this. And then I took the leap, left the desk job, and then everything kind of just slowed right down. So I don't think it'll be that case now, because back then I had like 600 items in my store. Now I've got 3,000. And my quality of items has gotten better, and I've gotten better with all of it. And, you know, I shouldn't run into the same thing, but we shall see. Here is another pair of Levi's, and these are 505s. They are 90s, and they are black. I did pay $16 for these at Plato's Closet, so paid up a little bit. But again, these 90s black 505s, I'm listing for like 75 bucks, and they're selling in that range. So for 16 bucks, happy with that. I'll make probably $30 to $40 profit. Next up, Lacoste. And I love Lacoste. I don't know how good these are. I just grabbed them. I'm sure they're fine. It seems like across the board, Lacoste stuff is decent. You know, not all of it is through the roof. Some pieces, some certain categories or styles are, you know, over 100% sell through. Really good to grab. But across the board, it seems like Lacoste stuff in men's is like at least a 40 to 50% sell through. Shorts might not look like that yet, again, for all the reasons we already talked about. But yeah, these were good. And for $4.50, I couldn't leave them behind. Kind of cool. They got a little stripe. They got the gator. And, you know, maybe I'll get 30 bucks for them. Public Rec. So Public Rec, you can always tell by the little P on the back pocket. And a lot of times these go, they didn't this time. So they had them priced at $16. So I paid like $5 for them. But a lot of times these will go under the radar at Plato's and at Uptown Cheapskate. And they'll just mark them as like MB pants or men's basic pants or whatever that means. And they'll price them at like $8.99. But they didn't here. But still, with the 70% off, definitely worth it. These are good. I don't think they're what they used to be. I price mine at like $30 and then accept offers on them. And they seem to sell really quick at that price. So if you're okay with that and you get them for the right price and the margins still look good, that's what I'd recommend if you want to move them quick. I don't think the sell-throughs are fantastic on them anymore. Next up, Masters. And I don't know how great this one's going to be because it's pink. But we'll see. Some dudes like pink, and it's got the little Masters embroidery there. This is probably a $30 to $35 polo. Is it a good size? It's a size medium. Yeah, it should be fine. This should be a $30 to $35 polo. The Masters stuff does really well, especially this time of year. And then these Lululemon, which again, we lost the tag to the dogs. They're like a woven, I don't know, like a heavy duty woven tech, and they don't feel like the Utilitech ones that I've had before. They feel a little bit different. So these ones still have the tag on them, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research, but I imagine like 30 bucks. These ones were, I think, a Goodwill find, so probably either $5.99 or $7.99. Most likely worth grabbing at that price. And here's some more Lululemon. These ones have the tag on them, and these are like a men's board short. And these ones, this is one that they missed. They didn't know it was Lululemon, so they priced it at $9.99, and it made it all the way to their discount. So I got these for $3, and for $3, I don't think I could go wrong with them. I'm sure 25 to 30 bucks on these. This is probably the most amount of Lululemon stuff I've ever picked up, but the logic again is to get some of that athletic wear into my store here for the summertime. So we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go that well this year, I may not attack the summer with the same strategy next year. These I think are fake. I've never seen this Adidas tag before. I've seen 70s Adidas tags. These are like a sprinter short, like a running sprinter short, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is this fake? Have you ever seen this tag? I would put this tag at like a, to me it would be like an 80s tag probably, but it just doesn't look real. I don't know. But the shorts look fine and they feel fine. They don't have, I don't know. Yeah, I think these are fake for sure. They don't have a 3-stripe, and they also don't have an Adidas logo anywhere on them. So these are probably garbage. I would say don't pick these up, but I included them in the haul because I wanted to see if there were any Adidas experts that recognized that tag. Maybe it was some kind of weird line and I'm just not familiar. But right after that, we got a real tag here. And that is the 90s tag. That's a good one you're looking for. These are soccer shorts. They're lined soccer shorts. These are good. I've been getting like $40 to $45 for these pretty consistently. Just the basic plain 3-striped nylon Adidas soccer shorts. Definitely worth picking up if they're 90s, if they've got the old tag on them. If they're not older 90s shorts, then you're probably only gonna get like 20, 25 bucks. Next up, here's another great bolo to look out for that I'd never heard of, and this is Wah Makers. And these guys make almost like Ren Fair style remake clothing. It's like Western remake clothing, but it's really high quality. It feels really nice. And most of their stuff goes for like $40 and up. Like I think I saw a comp for this one that was around $50, but it has like a 80 to 100% sell-through on it. Wah Makers. I found 2 pieces. I found a vest from them as well that I already listed. And then this one, which super cool. I'd never seen it before, so maybe that's a new bolo for you guys. Here is Roan, and this was so exciting because this is the first time I have found Roan, anything from Roan. And I paid $6 for it, which is a great deal. This was at that little tiny consignment shop down the street from my house. It's literally like 2 blocks down the street. I walk down there sometimes just to poke around and see what's new in there. And I couldn't believe it. I found a Roan long sleeve quarter zip. I saw this exact same one with the pink collar and everything. That went for like $60. And that seems to be pretty commonplace for the long sleeve quarter zips from Roback. I don't know if I said Roan like 5 times, but Roback. But I was super excited to find that. So excellent piece. Of course, if you guys, have been doing this for a little while, I'm sure you're aware of Roback, but that was just a fun one for me. Here we've got another with the Y2K tag. That is a good tag. This is Nike. These are super baggy, and these have the ankle zip pocket. They have a nice pattern, and they have quite a bit of sheen to them. So I'm going to put Dazzle in the listing. I'm probably going to try to get like 55 bucks for these. So definitely be on the lookout for these. These things are hot. They're selling quick. The same thing with the Adidas ones. They're moving quick. That stuff has been good. I've been selling a lot of Adidas shorts, soccer shorts, sprinter shorts, Nike and Adidas track pants. That stuff has been moving in my store already, which is a good sign for me, hopefully moving into the summertime, because I've been picking up a lot of it. Good amount. This one was super cool. This is a Goodwill find, and this will be kind of a name your own price thing. So I paid $3.99 for it. It's a 3XL. It is Graveyard Goods is the name of the company, and apparently they do like these limited run video game shirts, and this one I think was limited to like 500 shirts. It was made in 2024, so it's not old. But yeah, this was limited to like 500 shirts or something like that. So the comps are going, around $80, but there's not a single one of this listed in 3XL or shown sold this in 3XL. So I think I'm going to list it at 100 bucks and see what happens. But the sell-through was good on them. I want to say like 60 to 100%, something like that, somewhere in there. So definitely good. If I see video game stuff out there and it doesn't look like just a printed tag, then I'm looking it up. And we got just a couple more pieces here to show you guys. And if you did make it this far and you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a like, and leaving a comment. For everybody, if you can leave a comment, it helps a ton. It boosts me in the algorithm, gets me out there to more people. It would be greatly appreciated. But next up, we've got Eddie Bauer, and these are First Ascent. Quite a slump with these, man. Last summer, I was finding these all the time. I was finding like 5 pair of these a week, and it was awesome. And now my store is pretty slim on supply for Eddie Bauer First Ascent, but I was happy to find these. These go for like 30 to 35 bucks. They move pretty quick for me every time. I mean, they're almost as good as like the cool stuff, in my opinion. The First Ascent line from Eddie Bauer, definitely worth grabbing. And then the last one here, this was at Plato's Closet, and it was 14 bucks, but they are black Carhartt double knees. People like the black Carhartt double knees. They have a pretty good sell-through. They should sell for like 40 to 50 bucks. It's nothing too crazy, but 14 bucks. Yeah, it's probably the top end of what I'd pay for these. But that's it. That's the haul. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you maybe learned some new bolos in there or just got some entertainment out of it. But yeah, I would say Uptown, Cheapskate, and Plato's Closet are definitely viable options for sourcing. I have been sourcing at those locations for months now. You never know what you're going to find in there. Sometimes you do find really good vintage stuff. A lot of times you find stuff that the employees don't know what it is, so they'll price it as the basic price for whatever it is, pants, shirts, whatever. There's a lot to dig through, and there's a lot of bad stuff, just like any other thrift store is going to be. But especially when they run those sales, I highly recommend getting on the text list. If you do go in there, let them know you want to sign up for the text notifications. That way you'll get the notice, and they send it out a few days in advance, so you know, and you can kind of plan for it. But I think it's definitely worth it, especially on those clearance days. But again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon.